There are still billions of dollars available for businesses through the Employee Retention Credit Federal Tax Credit Program. Stenson Tamaddon has helped companies with less than 500 employees retrieve over $3.4 billion in tax credits through employee retention credits. Call Stenson Tamaddon today at 866-934-8461 today to start your application. That's 866-934-8461 to apply. Call now.
Hello, and welcome back to AutoSuccess Magazine's Executive Spotlight Series. Today in the AutoSuccess studio, I have with me Guru Sankararaman. He is the co-founder of Tekion. Hi, Guru. How are you?
I'm doing great, Kamal. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you. Thanks for joining us today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me here.
Of course. So to begin, I'd love to just give our audience and me a little better idea of who you are, your background, how you found yourself in the automotive industry, and what your company does.
Sure. So I've been in the technology space in my entire career. And about 10 years ago, I had the opportunity to work for a company like Tesla. And all the technology skills I gathered in my entire career, I was able to apply and help build Tesla's infrastructure in the IT space.
Wow.
And that gave me the opportunity to learn more about automotive retail. And fast forward 4 years after I started, in 2016, and then the global CIO of Tesla, Jay Vijayan, now the founder of Tekion, he has this vision of building very powerful systems to disrupt an entire industry. Jay and myself, we came out and founded Tekion. And now, in the last 6 years, we have been able to build a very powerful system to help solve some very fundamental issues in the automotive industry. If you look at OEMs, dealers, and the consumers, the three important elements in automotive retail, there are multitudes of tools and segmentations and fragmentation causing quite a bit of divide, and the consumers don't have the right experience, and OEMs don't know more about their customers, and dealers are not able to provide the kind of experience the consumers deserve. And we are able to solve that by building a powerful, truly cloud-native operating system for automotive retail.
We've seen a lot of software changes and updates in our industry, just with bigger companies acquiring smaller companies, new companies entering the industry. So what is the biggest software right now? What is really exciting in the industry? And how do you see the way dealers interact with software changing in the future?
If you look at the modern consumer today, they are looking for different type of engagement while they're working with the dealer. Either it could be they're buying a car from the dealership or getting their car serviced at the dealership. The engagement is more leaning towards digital, and that's how the rest of the consumer experiences. If you are going to an Amazon trying to buy something, that is the kind of experience the modern customers are looking at. And this is what the dealerships and OEMs should be bringing in and such. So like if you go to a dealership website trying to buy a car, a chatbot coming in and understanding the customer and providing intelligent recommendations for their need, what car is the right thing, and immediately providing all the answers they need, and then transitioning to a real person at the right time and such. This is what technology can do, and it is possible today in the industry.
So as you know, and all of our audience knows, digital retailing is a big topic in our industry right now.
Absolutely, yeah.
Why do you think dealers are still struggling with this years after it's become more of a trend? And more importantly, how can dealers improve their digital retailing processes?
Yeah, you are very right. If you look at digital retailing tools, what is in the market today, They definitely appear to provide the experience when the customers are interacting with the dealers, but it doesn't support the entire transaction. And digital retailing tools, they are more like an overlay to the multitudes of systems behind. And what is causing the real issue is when the customer comes in, enters the information in the digital retailing tool online, or if they are in the store, the information has to flow to multiple tools. And many times the dealers has to re-enter the information, or the customer has to. This actually creates a lot of frustration with the consumers. What dealers can do is, by adapting a platform, what Tekion offers, where the information flows seamlessly between the different processes, whether the customer comes from online or if they are in the dealership, the transaction actually moves smoothly. And not just that, the customer has the option to complete the entire transaction online, or they can actually come to the dealership wherever they left off from online experience, or even the entire transaction, they can do it in the dealership 100% digitally. So this possibility exists for digital retailing, and Tekion has solved that problem.
So I would like to switch gears for a second here. Just with your close ties to Tesla, of course, we're going to have to talk about EVs a lot. So what's going on in the EV space right now? Just generally, are there any new technologies that you're aware of?
Yeah. What's happening in the EV space and overall automotive industry is quite exciting. EVs in general, the construct, the technology is very different from ICE vehicles. Just on top of that, you have connected vehicles capability, autonomous driving, and massively improved infotainment systems. And there are more and more. So definitely EV is in the hottest spot, I would say.
Awesome. Yeah, we're definitely excited to watch that space grow. Our publishing company, Babcock's Media, actually has one of our sister companies, The Buzz, and EVs are quite the buzz, so it's very appropriately named. But with the big transition happening right now with seeing less ICE vehicles and more EV vehicles, is there going to be a big disruption to the economy, do you think? And I know that's $1 million question, but...
Yeah, great question, by the way. If you look at EV, like I said, structurally they are different. There is battery packs involved, and electric motors, and the computer system in the electric vehicle is different to support all the enhanced capabilities and such. So to build the components and the systems needed at a massive scale, certainly you need to have the supply chain supporting it. So there's going to be some new economies created as EV becomes more and more mainstream. Yeah, certainly it's a exciting development.
Absolutely. So we're mostly U.S. readership based, so I'm more familiar with the U.S. EV market. Worldwide, is it looking similar? Is there going to be different adoptions of EVs, more adoption of EVs?
Yeah, the EV transformation is real across the globe. It's not just the US alone. So every automaker, if you look at them, majority of them actually, they are international. They are not just in one region. So when they build products, they are not building products for just North America. They are actually looking at the entire global economy and the adoption of it. So certainly we do see EV is becoming a mainstream everywhere.
Awesome. Well, very exciting. Going back to a little bit what we were talking about earlier, and just that one important tier of the customer aspect of car sales. For the last 20 plus years or so, dealers have been utilizing CRMs, but unfortunately they still sometimes fail to provide that great customer experience. Why is that? Why are dealers still struggling with that? And how can they improve those processes with their CRM?
Yeah, another great question. So it is not just CRM alone. There is quite a bit of segmentation. So the data actually needs to be re-entered from one to another and such. There are some minimal integrations available, but it still doesn't provide that seamless experience for customers as well as the dealers. So if you look at the customer's buying journey, when they come to the dealer website trying to buy a car, so they are actually looking for a vehicle, they find what they are looking for, and they enter the relevant information about them and putting in a credit application and all of that. So customer, for them, they don't think like, oh, I'm entering in a digital retailing system, then it is going to a CRM and DMS. For them, it's a buying journey.
Right.
So as far as dealer is concerned, this is a boundaryless experience too, where as the customer enters the information is available in the dealer systems, they can actually complete the transaction. So customers may drop out during the buying journey and wanting to either come back or maybe they may not. And this is where the power of CRM comes in, where the dealer can follow up with the customer and such. If the digital retailing tool and the CRM tools, if they are segmented, what happens is some of the communication is in digital retailing and some of the communication happens in CRM. And it's just not coming together well. What Tekion has done is creating that one platform where it doesn't matter whether the customer starts in digital retailing or they come to the store. They will have the same consistent experience where the workflows are well structured and transitions from digital retailing to CRM to DMS, these are all the systems involved, but the actual workflow goes through without any friction. So the customer walks away with the experience which they have never seen, buying the vehicle similar to buying something in Amazon or some other e-commerce platform, where their entire attention and focus is buying the vehicle, not focusing on the tools and such they have to deal with. And same thing for the dealers. The dealers are given the opportunity first time to focus on their customer, not to transition from one tool to another tool to another tool. So Tekion, we are really excited that we are able to solve this problem by creating that one platform, one true cloud-native platform where we can bring the power of technology to greater use.
Definitely very exciting and an important issue to try to solve. So thank you so much, Guru, for all of your expert insights. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our audience today?
Yeah. One thing we would love to talk about is if you look at what is out there as technology for dealers to use, there are quite a bit of monolithic tools built decades ago, where these tools are providing the same experience for years and basically taking away the opportunity for dealers to bring modern capabilities so they remain competitive and relevant to the Carvanas of the world and any other e-commerce platform in the automotive retail. And Tekion is solving that problem by bringing the cloud-native capability for automotive retail. So what this means is you are not working with a system which is going to remain the same way for next another 10 years, 20 years. What we are bringing in is a capability which continually gets upgraded throughout its existence with dealers. And the dealers have the opportunity to get modern e-commerce experience, to provide modern e-commerce experience to their customers. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. We are really excited to see where Tekion goes in the future. Thank you for tuning in today, everyone. Our guest today has been Guru Sankararaman. He is the co-founder of Tekion. Thanks for joining us in the studio today.
Thanks, Camille. Thanks for having me here.
Of course.